What's up, guys? The stage is set. It's just about that time for WWE Bash in Berlin, taking place in Berlin, Germany today at the Uber Arena. We have a 5-match card. 3 titles are on the line. We have a mixed tag team match and also a strap match. So, again, quality over quantity. That seems to be the, case with this whole weekend at TNA Emergence last night. Today here at Bash in Berlin, and tomorrow night, NXT No Mercy, also I believe to be a 6-match card. So we're going to get to it in just a moment's time. We're going to go through every match, who I personally see coming out with the victory here. But before all that, I want to take it back to the segment we saw a week or two ago, narrated by Natalya Neidhart, talking about the history WWE has in Berlin, Germany, to be specific. Let's take it back to about 1996, where she said her uncle, Bret the Hitman Hart, would go over there and say, there's some of the best fans in all of WWE over there. And a little while after that, where we saw these clips and footage of Bret the Hitman Hart in Berlin, Germany, it was, I want to say, the March 3rd episode of Monday Night Raw, 1997, give or take. Don't hold me to that date, but it's around there, where we saw the inaugural champion be crowned for the European Championship. We got to see Owen Hart go up against the British Bulldog, 2 members of the Hart Foundation, right? We've seen them tag many a time as a very successful tag team. But now seeing these two go at it, of course, the British Bulldog, Davey Boy Smith, came out with the victory. He was the inaugural European champion, I want to say, for the better part of 6 months or so, until losing to the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, at that one-night-only event in mid-September of '97. But either or, I thought it was great that they flashed back to the history, specifically in this certain region of Germany. And again, just building things. It meant a lot to me, being a big fan of the Golden Era and, of course, the Attitude Era in that specific moment in time. So here we go. All this time later, better part of 27 years or so. And now we have a great 5-match card set for today. So without further ado, let's get to it. CM Punk going up against Drew McIntyre. This is their second time meeting in less than a month's time, right? They met at August 3rd, just 4 weeks ago at SummerSlam, where Drew McIntyre was able to squeak out a victory. And so I would only think that CM Punk would have to get the win here, right? I mean, he is the one who came up with this stipulation for the match. And so that would lead me to believe that they are 1-1 going into this October 5th, Atlanta, Georgia, Bad Blood, perhaps Hell in a Cell. Hello. Speaking of 1997, the first ever Bad Blood, where we saw the first ever Hell in a Cell match between The Undertaker and the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. So that would be the place to do it, to have their final match, the rubber match of sorts, and to find out who the definitive winner of this feud will be. Much like, by the way, guys, we've seen a great matchup the past several weeks on SmackDown between Andrade and Carmelo Hayes, right? The two have great chemistry. Carmelo tied up the series last night on SmackDown 2-2. So Andrade started off hot with 2 wins. Carmelo got the last 2. And I would be led to believe that they're going to have one 5th and final match. So I love this back and forth. It reminds me of the Bar back in 2016, right? Before they became the Bar. Cesaro and Sheamus, I believe that feud started at SummerSlam 2016 in Brooklyn. They went on to have a series of matches. I forget if it was 5 or 7. And to be honest with you guys, I forget who even came out on top. I think the fans did at the end of the day. But namely, they had a very successful reign as tag team champions over the course of, 3 to 4 years. Multi-time tag team champions. So I got a little sidetracked, but needless to say, I love a good feud. I love a good series. And look what it led to. Who's to say? Maybe Andrade and Carmelo Hayes could be a tag team one day, although I don't see that happening anytime soon for CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. But as I digress, let's go to the other non-title match of the night, and then we'll get to all the championship bouts. We have a mixed tag team match. You can cut the tension with a knife. Now, the other night when I went live after, I forget what night it was, Thursday, whatnot, and a lot of people were saying they want to see Liv and Dom come out with the victory, whether they want to see them win or they just think that they are going to get the win. I'm on the other side of that. I would love nothing more than to see the Terror Twins, the 2 former staples and members of the Judgment Day, and Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley, who are both robbed, right, at SummerSlam 4 weeks ago, who should still realistically be world champions, get the win here. But with all that being said, I could see Liv and Dom, unfortunately, for me at least, getting the victory here and laughing about it as they walk up the aisleway to the locker room and backstage and such. So I'm hoping that's not the case. I'm still sticking to my guns. I'm going with the Terror Twins, Rhea Ripley, Damian Priest with the win. But we'll have to see what happens. Match number 3. Let's go to the Women's WWE Tag Team Championship match, where the duo of Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill are looking to get back their tag team titles that they lost back in the middle of June at Clash at the Castle in Scotland to the home team, I guess you could say, Alba, Fyre, Isla Dawn, winning the titles there at home, where they're from. And so let's see what happens, I guess. You know, personally, I'm a big fan of Bianca Belair, Jade as well. But I also am a big fan of Alba and Isla. So this is, it's a tough one. And realistically, you know, coming out of this match, I still see WWE having big plans for Bianca Belair and most certainly Jade Cargill, who's coming up on 1 year's time. This September will be a year since she signed to the company in late September of last year. So I think regardless, they're going to have plans in singles. Even if the tag bit doesn't work out, they don't get their titles back to become two-time champs. You know, on the other side of things, if Alba Fyre and Isla Dawn do not get it done later today, I feel as if not only will they lose their titles, I feel like they'll lose their sense of direction as well. So I worry for them, whether that means they remain as a tag team, which I do like, whether that means they go off in singles, which I know they're both more than capable for sure. I believe Kaylee Ray, that was Alba Fyre's name prior to a year or two ago, the longest reigning NXT UK champion, I believe. And you got to remember all the talent that was over there. Again, Rhea Ripley, and of course, Toni Storm and so many others that have won that title. So that said, you know, I obviously have to make a pick here. I'm reluctant to do so. I really don't want to pick Bianca and Jade because I want the Unholy Union to retain. I'm going to go with Bianca and Jade regaining their women's tag team titles, becoming two-time champs. Again, I'm kind of hoping I'm wrong here, but we'll see what happens. Match number 4, we're going to go with the American Nightmare, the undisputed WWE champion, Cody Rhodes, going up against KO, the prize fighter, Kevin Owens. Now, they had a very interesting segment this past Friday on SmackDown. They were getting pretty fiery in the ring. Cody was explaining to KO, as he's done in the past, how much respect he has for him, especially once he left WWE in 2016. And basically saying that KO doesn't get enough credit for all that he's done in and out of WWE. KO was just saying that the other day marked 8 years since he last won the Universal Championship. And so that was the last time he won a major title outside of tag team or singles, mid-card gold. So that said, I would love nothing more than KO to be crowned as a world champion or a WWE champion in some respect. But we all know Cody ain't losing, even if KO decides to turn heel during or after the match. So, and still, the undisputed WWE champion, Cody Rhodes. Now that takes us to the main event. Match number 5. Gunther, the Ring General, the King General, winning the King of the Ring a couple of months ago as well. He's had a very good year. You know, I mean, he's had a great couple of years. He's been a champion in WWE over 75% of the time he's been with the company. Now, whether that was NXT UK champion, whether that was Intercontinental champion, the longest reigning Intercontinental champion, by the way, almost 2 years, almost 2 full years. And now, the last month, the World Heavyweight Champion. So he's going up against the Viper, the Apex Predator, Randy Orton. And again, I would love nothing more than to see Randy Orton win this title, now be on Monday Night Raw. Gunther would, in fact, then be moved to SmackDown in Randy's place, but that's not happening. I'd rather see him go back to SmackDown, maybe tease a feud with Cody. If he's going to turn heel on Cody. And that's where I would like to see Randy eventually get a title up against Cody sometime this fall. Maybe Cody inevitably would win it back. Regardless how long Randy's title reign was, it's a win-win. I've been saying it for months. And Randy would become 15-time champion. Cody would then become a 2-time champion. The same math that we saw 4 years ago during COVID, right in 2020. Drew McIntyre was dethroned to Randy Orton. That was the last time Randy won a major title, getting to number 14, tying Triple H. And I think there's a few others at 14, right? Maybe not. But that being said, I would love for that to happen. But again, got to go with Gunther retaining for sure. And so, again, if there's any title changes, it's with the Women's Tag Team Championships. Definitely not with Cody Rhodes. Definitely not with Gunther. They will come to Germany with gold, and they will leave Germany with gold. So that pretty much does it for me here today, folks. Enjoy Bash in Berlin. I know I'm looking forward to it. It should be a good one. And I will see you later this weekend in regards to NXT No Mercy. Enjoy.